in 1990 in Phoenix, Ken Climo started a run of greatness, winning 9 consecutive PDGA World Championships. As crowds got larger, purses bigger, Climo answered the call time and again. Here at Rock Hill in 97, did it again in 98 to win his 9th straight. But in Rochester in 99, he would be denied. Climo climbed right back on top at Ann Arbor in 2000 for his 10th. And then in 2002, got his 11th. But in 2003, Barry Schultz won in the Arizona desert, the first of 2 straight for Schultz. And last year, one of the young guns, Nate Doss, emerged to win in Allentown. Climo still looking for number 12. All eyes are on Augusta.
Just one shot at a time, just like the rest of my career. Don't think too far ahead. I like Augusta, familiar with the courses there, so should have a good chance.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Augusta, Georgia for the 25th anniversary of the PDGA Disc Golf World Championships. Adam Zucker here with Dr. John Dusler. All right, everyone here is Augusta. They think Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and that other golf. But now it is the center of disc golf as well.
That's for sure, Adam. 300 of the planet's best players are here in Augusta, Georgia, playing 4 different courses. We're really excited about a great competition on the 25th anniversary of the PDGA World Championships.
And of course, 25 years ago, some of the best players in the world weren't even alive. What are some of the expectations coming into this year?
Well, Adam, we're wondering if the youth movement from 2005 will continue here in 2006. And you can't come to a Worlds, Adam, without wondering if Ken Climo will be getting his elusive 12th World Championship. And these courses are a little bit different this year. We have the Lake Olmsted course, which is flanked both by the lake on one side and roads on the other, so there's a lot of hazards out there. And the Hippodrome course across the river from Augusta, it's over 7,700 feet, a par 65, so it's really a challenge out there. Pendleton King, the oldest course down in Augusta, is a little bit over 5,500 feet, par 55. And even though the Riverview course is a couple hundred feet shorter, the challenge is greater out there, and that's reflected in a 1-stroke greater par. For the 2006 Professional Disc Golf World Championships, we have a purse of over $83,000. Here's a glimpse at how the top finishers will be awarded in each of the major divisions. There's over 300 players competing from 5 different nations, and they range in age from 17 to over 70.
Let's hear what some of the players have to say about the courses being used for this year's World Championship.
The Hippodrome is a very difficult course. You can lose a lot of strokes there, but also gain a lot of strokes. And Lake Olmsted is another one of those difficult courses where you can lose and gain strokes.
My favorite course is the Hippodrome course. I have really started to enjoy the par 4s and par 5s. I think that's the direction that disc golf needs to take. It's appropriate to the way golf is set up, and with technology, it really shows skills.
Hippodrome is probably my favorite course as well, with the challenge that it brings and a lot of variety of wooded shots, open shots, elevation, lots of longer to shorter holes. It's really got the full package.
Lake Olmsted, it's got a lot of OBs, and I'm trying to stay away from them, but it's kind of hard.
So that's what some of the players have to say about the courses. They're also playing 2 rounds a day.
It's a little bit of a different format. There's only 6 rounds to qualify, which means every shot counts just that much more, Adam. And you can see the intensity in the players as they're going around these courses.
And now let's prove it. Here's a look back at the first 3 days of action from the 2006 PDGA World Championships.
And there is Ken Climo walking the sidewalk at Lake Olmsted, one of the most recognizable guys in disc golf.
He sure is. He's been the face of disc golf for a number of years now, and he really is on a mission here in Augusta, Georgia to win his 12th.
Hitting a long putt there, and then over at Pendleton King, the Gardens course, just missing one, but it was a bogey-free round, crushing this one for birdie on 17.
These courses really play into Kenny's strength, a real technical player, very accurate, great approach.
I had a bogey-free day, so I'm really happy about that. Maintaining a little bit of a lead, so got to be happy. This is the World Championships that I've come to with the most experience on the courses. I've played this course probably 100 times. I played Riverview probably 60 times. So I had some good experience coming in here, and it's the closest World Championships to my house ever, so a lot of good things going there.
Nate Doss hoping to see his name on top of the card and the leaderboard, last year's champ at Allentown.
Yeah, Nate has finished his classes up in California. He's been touring steadily for the last 2 months and rounding into World Championship form. He's got a lot of skills for a young player, only 21 years old.
And there we see the way he holds his putter right before he releases it, a unique style he has.
It's a strange tilt, but it really works for him, and his putting game is really working again here in Augusta. That's what has put him into shape to challenge for this year's World Championship.
I just got to continue to play strong and, play every hole one at a time, and hopefully come Saturday afternoon I'm lifting the trophy again.
Well, Nate's not the only young guy out there. Avery Jenkins has really come on strong.
Avery has been playing disc golf for so long. It's amazing to think how young he really is, but this has been a great year for Avery. He's done a lot of physical training. He's obviously very strong, but his up shots and his putting game have really given him the ability to challenge for a world championship.
And here we see a rip. He is a distance guy who really has to get the rest of the game in order.
The perennial distance championship, but yeah, his putting and his approach game are really coming into shape.
Throwing's going good. I missed probably 3 or 4 short holes, which I shouldn't have missed. A few short putts, but I don't know. Throwing's going good. I'm getting a lot of good routes, a lot of good lines. Playing pretty good this week, so.
All right, Walt Haney, a guy that's made a lot of noise in North Carolina, plays with a lot of calm.
He's a steady player, doesn't make many mistakes on the course, long time known as North Carolina's best disc golfer, but here he is on the world stage.
It's just awesome. I mean, I think my best finish ever was a 15th in the world, so being in the lead card is definitely special. I hadn't had that joy yet, so I'm definitely relishing this.
And now a guy with a very different demeanor than Walt Haney. That was a great putt, except it hit the top plate.
No, Stevie's an emotional player, but we're just waiting for him to break through. He's got all the skills for a world championship. It just hasn't come together yet for him.
Shaping up to be one of the contenders.
Just got to keep a steady game, keep a steady head, and just, I'm playing pretty good right now. I just got to go out there and stay focused and just take one shot at a time.
And now to one of the veterans, Barry Schultz, coming in looking for another world championship himself.
He adjusted his schedule a little bit this year, where he's relaxed a little bit in the middle of the national tour so that he has a lot of energy coming into the world championships this year.
I remember talking to him. He's a guy from up north, not used to the southern heat.
No, none of us are really, though.
Yeah, you're from Pennsylvania, I'm from New Jersey, but you got to be from somewhere special to hit a shot like he does on 17 at Lake Olmsted here. Big eagle.
I'm not used to this weather, and it's affecting me a little bit out there with my grip and stuff, but I feel like I'm playing pretty good. I'm throwing real well. Putting is come and go a little bit here and there, but I'm fighting hard, not going to give up, and we'll see what happens the rest of the week.
And here is John E. McCray. Pretty cool customer, guy that throws with a ton of precision.
I'll tell you, he's a Florida player. There's a lot of talent in Florida, but Johnny's been one of the great players coming out of that state, and he has a multitude of shots. He could shoot hyzers and hyzers. He has different putting styles. He's fun to watch.
Hopefully I can stay up there and sneak in somewhere, It's always, it's nice to be able to shoot good golf and play with the best players in the world, of course, but I'm just trying to hold my own and keep it going.
And one of the youngest guns on the Open Tour, Matt Oram, who tied for second at Allentown last year, just 18 years old, didn't play in as many tournaments this year, and letting it rip along the lakeshore there at Olmsted. Another guy to always watch for, of course, is Dave Feldberg, champ at the USDGCs last year, always seems to be peaking at the right time, one of the top money winners on tour. And then Mike Mosier, perennial top 10 guy, you always have to watch for him.
Now to the women, we start with the defending champ, Des Redding, who ran away with things at the 2005 Worlds.
And she continued pace during the National Tour this year, Adam. She has won 7 out of 11 National Tour events, and she had set the gold standard this year for disc golf on the women's field.
Slightly different challenge this year with these courses?
It sure is, but she has all the skills, the short game, the long game. She really has a great chance to be the defending champion again.
And watching all the players this week, I have to wonder, is Des better than her husband?
I'm not going to answer that question, Adam. He's a big guy.
I think just stay patient and be correct in my lines. You have to just really know that you can throw this shot and believe in it and just keep playing your game.
Of course, we are in the midst of the Des Redding era, but a prior era takes us back to Elaine King trying to get the glory back.
I'll tell you what, Elaine has rededicated herself to disc golf, and she's had a great year. She started midway through the National Tour. She's won some events, and she's still a good player.
I would need to play better than I did today. I'd need to be a little bit more relaxed and confident with my putting. I wasn't completely confident with my putting. I had a few gacks, to use a technical term, and I've got to just snap my wrist and be smooth, and that's what I need to do to win.
And here's one of the up-and-comers, Angela Chick-Fry.
Angela has really come through this year. It's been a breakout year for her. She's in great physical shape. She's dedicated herself to the tour this year, and she's made a lot of noise.
Made a lot of noise with that chain right there, but it didn't go. That one did.
This feels really good for me. I mean, I feel like, one of the top golfers, so yeah, that's good.
And speaking of up-and-comers, Valerie Jenkins, she's not just Avery's sister.
No, she's a great player in her own right. She has challenged Des every step along the way this year on the National Tour. And if she can get her short game together, she'll be in really good shape.
Well, the short game was there for her right there. She can really snap a drive, too.
I don't know, I gotta start going for the longer putts, just trying to get a few more strokes in the score and try and get past these girls. I'm trying my hardest.
All right, John, who else are we watching for?
Here's the most decorated player in the women's field, Juliana Korver. Here, Carrie Berlager from California. She's really dedicated to the sport. And Courtney Peavy, probably the best women's putter in the game.
And almost gets that one, tied for third at the World Championships in 2005. Hits that one, though.
She's really athletic, and she's got a great game, real steady.
I need to shoot well under par at the river, and then keep a good low 60s round at the Hippodrome, and then keep a par score 54 at Lake Olmsted.
And let's round out the top 10 here, starting with Nadine Cosgrove.
One of Florida's best female players. She's got a great game.
Letting one fly there, and here's a crowd favorite, Birgitta.
Came all the way from Sweden to try to get another world championship.
And Leslie DeMarc.
She's one of our Mid-Atlantic best players. A lot of aces this year.
And now to the men's Masters division, Dean Tannick, the defending champ, and he's here to defend his title.
He's here to defend. He's putting together a great season for himself, and he is definitely poised to win another world championship.
What makes him a unique disc golfer?
You know, Dean doesn't make many mistakes, and you can see here his short game is so accurate.
Some of the guys challenging Dean early on, Mitch McClellan from Norman, Oklahoma. John, who else is going to challenge Mr. Tannick?
Can't forget about the multi-world champion, Brad Hammock. He's got enough game, and he's won some National Tour events this year.
Well, with a last name like Hammock, you would expect a nice, calm afternoon, but Brad's a fiery young guy.
He has a lot of emotion when he's out on the course. Great competitor.
And one moment that a lot of people were talking about after it happened, this shot right here on 16 at Lake Olmsted.
Yeah, he thought he was going to get the hole-in-one there, Adam, but he really gets punished here, as you can see. The disc rolls all the way down the hill into the lake, and he ends up, instead of an ace, he gets the double bogey instead.
And you can see his frustration from the way he fires in that putt to end a frustrating hole 16. Meanwhile, here's Joe Kelly, who didn't like the way this one ends.
Well, Joel's a great player from Texas. He's a great second-place finisher. He's got all the skills to be a world champion, but he just hasn't gotten it done yet.
Well, it seems like he's always around the basket, but never exactly in.
Those are the strokes that'll catch up to you, Adam.
All right, let's now look at Jim Oates. He is hitting his putts.
Big Jim from California. He's a finalist in most of the Masters World Championships, and he is a vocal player on the course.
I guess 2 bad shots and 1 good shot will still get you a par.
And here's Joe Thacker. That one looked good, almost went in.
Joe has really reemerged as a great player in the Masters circuit this year. He's been around for a long time.
Seems like he gets a lot of precision without much effort. And here is Larry Leonard.
One of North Carolina's best players with Walter Haney. They travel a lot together, and they really push each other.
And Double L, a finalist at Allentown last year.
Brad, we'll fight back, Brad. No doubt. After that par string.
So we're tied.
What the hell happened to Joel Kelly? 46. He shot 21 on the front, man. That was a great round, my dog.
What does disc golf mean to me? Golf is a game of emotional control, intense focus, and concentration. You're out there by yourself. You have nowhere to hide if it's not going your way, and if you've got momentum and you're in the zone, you are flowing and playing just like Tiger plays ball golf. That's one of the beauties of disc golf.
Epicenter is a company that myself, Pete May, and Mike Doyle here in Augusta formed. We kind of specialize in putting courses in. We provide support to the United States Disc Golf Championships. We're hosting the World Championships this year. We have managed the Disc Golf Hall of Fame Classic National Tour event and the Deaf Disc Golf National Championship. What we are about is event management, tournament support, and basically just promoting the game.
Now it's time for Awesome Shots of the Week.
Kenny, 4 years in a row. How long can the dynasty keep going?
Oh, as long as I keep playing the way I'm playing. I can't be unhappy with anything. I'm playing the game great. Just got to keep rolling.
And here we go to Friday's rounds. It's moving day, meaning we only keep the top half of the field, and at the very top, it's Ken Climo, the leader, entering the day, John, but in some trouble at the Hippodrome.
He had an uncharacteristically high score on Friday morning, Adam, but I'll tell you what, the great pro that Kenny is, he came back on Friday afternoon, and he got himself back into contention with shots just like this.
A 65 in the morning, but then at Lake Olmsted, this is on hole 15, and putting it just to the right of the pin, from his perspective, of course, and then on 17, hitting that putt.
Oh yeah, it's always good to battle against these top competitors, you know. Keeps me sharp, you know, keeps me on my toes.
And with Kenny finishing the day in second place, it was Nate Doss taking over the lead, 7 strokes better than Climo at the Hippodrome.
Since they're playing in the same group, Nate really knows that Kenny's having some troubles and he sees the opportunity right there in front of him. And Nate is on pace now to win his second consecutive world championship.
Big high highs are there at the Hippodrome to put him in contention for another great shot. And then in the afternoon at Lake Olmsted, hitting putts.
If Kenny gets his 12th, it'll be a great feat for him, but if I get my second, it'll be a great feat for me. But then again, you got to think anybody can still win. I mean, there's a lot of people in position to win, but hopefully me and Kenny will do some battling and I'll come out on top.
So Das with a 4-stroke lead, but he's got to watch out for Avery Jenkins, not just happy to be there.
I'll tell you, Avery's having a great World Championships. He's been playing really well. He played well in the Japan Open, the European Open, but this is uncharted territory for Avery. He's really doing great.
And he was playing a very safe disc golf at the Hippodrome, then in the afternoon at Lake Olmsted, trying to open it up, trying to close some ground, but he ended up shooting a 52.
Well, that's why they call it moving day. The players take more chances on Friday.
Confidence is growing, and I'm feeling good. Putts feeling good, drives are feeling good, and I'm ready to make the move, so.
And then here is John E. McCray at the Hippodrome, coming up with a round of 57.
I'll tell you, Johnny is playing so natural, so free. He has really nothing to lose here, and he is really playing some spectacular disc golf. We know he's capable of it, but he's putting a show on for these fans here in Augusta, Georgia.
McCray putting a round of 48 together at Lake Olmsted, 1 stroke better than leader Nate Das, just 1 stroke worse than Ken Climo. McCray on the lead card heading into Saturday.
I played pretty solid and shot a 57, which ain't nothing to joke about. Threw some good shots. I know that like the water tower hole, which is kind of tough to get close to, I birdied it both times. So I was real happy with that. I don't think anything really discouraged me at all.
So those are the guys on the lead card Saturday morning, but there's other guys right behind them trying to replace him for the final round, like Walt Haney.
I'll tell you what, Adam, Walter had a great beginning of the week, but he came back to the pack a little bit on Thursday and Friday. He's still in good position for the semis on Saturday, though.
Yeah, running into trouble there on the fairway at Hippodrome in the morning, shot a 60. Then at Lake Olmsted in the afternoon, put together a round of 53, not as good as the leaders. And on the opposite end of that whole spectrum, you have Mike Mosier. You were talking about Haney from the leaderboard to the pack. Mosier, the opposite.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the great stories of the world besides the lead groups. Mike put together some of the best disc golf of the entire week later in the week, Thursday and Friday. He's in good position for Saturday's semifinals.
A 58 in the morning and a 46 in the afternoon. Meanwhile, Barry Schultz, a guy who's won world championships, hitting putts like that at Hippodrome, but then running into some trouble as the day progressed.
You know, as Barry said earlier, I think the heat really was taking its toll on him a little bit. He is really struggling a little bit on the course, but he's still a world champion.
59 and 52 for him. Then Steve Rico, that is going to frustrate him. A 58 in the morning at Hippodrome.
Yeah, and we've seen this so many times from Steve, Adam. He gets so close. He's even made the finals, but he's yet to break through into the winner's circle for the World Championships.
56 in the afternoon is what really burned him. Then there's David Feldberg, a round of 64. We showed Kenny's round earlier of 65, 64, only 1 stroke better. And then you got a young guy, Coda Hatfield. Oh, and he gets that one to go. And then Matt Oram, a guy who was on that lead card at Allentown a year ago, a 59 in the morning, a 47 in the afternoon. All right, Friday afternoon with the women. Des Redding came in the leader, but Hippodrome gave her fits.
I'll tell you what, she showed she's human. She's made some mistakes out there, and she let the door open just a little bit for the second, third, and fourth place women to try to catch up.
She ended up shooting a 71, banging trees where you don't want to be banging trees. And Elaine King, one of the players to start catching up, ended up shooting a 69, caught 2 strokes on her.
Yeah, that's really impressive too, considering Elaine had a little bit of a shoulder injury going into play on Friday, but she'd really played great disc golf.
Laying one up in there, Elaine ending up in a tie for second after the day. Some smooth throwing, nice follow through to put her in place for a birdie there. Meanwhile, Valerie Jenkins hitting them.
She's peaking just at the right time here, showing her strength from the tee and her great finesse around the basket. She's going to be something to contend with.
shoots a 67 to gain 4 strokes on Des Redding, hits the uphill putt. She ends up in a tie for 4th. And here's Carrie Berlager. She shoots a 69 at Hippodrome and, avoids the trees.
I'll tell you what, Carrie's such a great player. Her and Des have been doing battle all year long on the national tour, and this is a great forum for her to really break through and challenge Des for the World Championship.
No problem with the trees, and ends nicely on 18.
I feel that Riverview is a good, fair course for everyone to play, and I know that I can play well, provided I get lots of sleep and have a good head set in the morning, mind frame in the morning.
And putting a big round together when she needed it most, Courtney Peavy with a 65, better than any of the women we've seen so far Friday afternoon, and good enough to put her into 6th place.
We've seen this a lot from Courtney, Adam. She starts out a little bit slow, but boy, when it comes to money time, Courtney makes the shots.
Nice layup there on 16, and here she is finishing it off on 18.
Hopefully this moved me up to, I know it moved me up to at least 6th, but past that I don't know. I don't know what the lead card shot.
So Courtney is in 6th. Angela Chickfry, the other player, tied for 2nd place.
You know, Angela's been challenging. She's really been working hard. She's dedicated herself to a lot of practice this year, and it really shows on shots just like this.
Angela Chickfry putting together a round of 69 and just grazes the tree. It's okay.
Wasn't any movement between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and Des gave us a couple strokes. So I think we'll all be playing together in the morning for the semis.
Time to round out the top 10, and here is 5-time champ Juliana Korver battling the win. Birgitta Lagerholm in 8th place after shooting a 71. And Leslie DeMark, uphill putt, a round of 81. Friday in the men's masters division, John, we saw a lot of shuffling. Dean Tannick came in with the lead, did not leave with it. Joel Kelly from 3rd to 1st.
He had a great Friday. That's why they call it moving day, Adam. He put himself in great position to capture that elusive World Championship.
Other guys making moves up or down. Brad Hammock from 2nd down to 4th. Joe Thacker was in a tie for 6th, moves up to 3rd with a round of 46.
There's Joe again. Boy, he's really peaking at the right time in this disc golf season. He puts himself in great shape to challenge for the top.
And here's a look at the standings heading into Saturday.
Innova is #1 in disc golf. Disc golf was revolutionized in 1983 with Innova's introduction of the high-speed beveled edge golf disc. For 2 decades, Innova has provided a complete line of discs and accessories for one of the fastest-growing sports in the world. For the first-time player to the touring professional, Innova offers the complete line of golf discs. Whether you're playing a wide-open course or threading a narrow wooded fairway, Innova has a disc to meet all of your needs. Innova discs have been used to win more major championships than all other brands combined. Innova, the choice of champions.
It's the Legends Final. Here's our leader, Paul Old Goat Fine. He's followed by Stancil Johnson. In 3rd place, another Pennsylvanian, Don Dillon. And finally, it's Coach Kuhn from Deerfield Beach, Florida. In the tee box is the Old Goat.
You can see his left-handed style there getting down the fairway.
And Stancil Johnson about to tee off.
Trying a roller there, gutsy.
Let's check out the man with the orange towel, Don Dillon. And Coach Kuhn's tee shot. Not the way Coach drew it up in practice. Second shot now for Coach Kuhn, and he's in the fairway. Stancil Johnson putting it up near the basket. Second shot now for Dillon.
I'll tell you what, these players lack in distance, Adam, they make up with passion for the sport.
as well as our favorite lefty, the Old Goat.
That's a beautiful approach shot by Paul.
And Coach Kuhn to putt. Stancil Johnson for par. And Don Dillon, little too much juice. And here's our champion, the Old Goat. Congratulations to Paul Old Goat Fine winning the Legends Championship. Let's check out the Women's Masters Division Championship. Our leader is none other than Annie Kreml. In second place from Albuquerque, Sheila Kirkham. She finished second in last year's Worlds. And in third place is Vanessa Chambers. And rounding out the card is Peggy Berry. Here's Kreml on hole 1. Sends it down the right side. Off the fence. Nice technique. And back toward the tree. Tee time for Sheila Kirkham, and the lefty unleashing one at our cameraman.
You can see a lot of strength from Sheila Kirkham on that throw there.
Vanessa Chambers up to tee. Sends one right down the fairway and right into the shadows of our oak tree. Here's Peggy Berry. Hooks it slightly, but it's going to shape out okay. Second shot for Chambers. She's parked. Second shot for Kirkham from a distance. She'll take a 3. Peggy Berry's second shot off the top of the basket saves her some distance, and she'll take a 3. Chambers.
And Vanessa's really showing a nice touch around the basket.
Kirkham finishes it off. And Annie Kreml with a little turbo finish. And congratulations to Annie Kreml winning her second straight Women's Masters final. Our leader is none other than Augusta's own Pete May.
Pete May spent 6 months before this event with a personal trainer just to get ready.
And right behind him in second place is Peter Shive from Wyoming.
This is the stiffest competition Pete Shive has seen in many years in the World Championships.
While they battle for first, a battle for third is on between Michael Gates and Philip Gancher. Here's Pete May in the tee box. Sends a nice low liner right down the fairway.
Yeah, baby.
And here's 6-time defending world champion Peter Shive off the tee in the finals.
Michael Gates with a softer touch. Philip Gancher gonna rock the flick. Second shot for Gancher. And he's right there. Here's Gates twisting it around the tree for 3.
And here's Peter Shive. He really wants this shot to catch up here, but just misses. Gives an advantage to Pete May, but he can't take advantage of it.
Shive leans back and finishes off par.
Okay, here comes the gallery on hole 2 here on the finals. The nerves are gone, and both these senior Grandmaster competitors are making great upshots here on the second hole. And even though both had birdied out this hole, it was Peter Shive with a spectacular 150-foot eagle on the next to last hole that put him ahead for the first time and the only time in the tournament. He's our 7-time senior Grandmaster world champion.
And congratulations to Pete Shive repeating as men's Grandmaster champion. Our leader is a Dr. Rick Vokes. He's got a 7-stroke lead on snapper Pearson. Ahead there of David Greenwell and Michael Barry.
And here's Dr. Rick Vokes from Bowling Green, Kentucky. He's not the only world champion in his house. His wife Sylvia's got a few trophies to her credit as well.
Here's Snapper snapping off his drive.
It seems like Snapper's at the top of this division every year, and that's why.
Greenwell in a green shirt, trying to avoid the green stuff. And he hits a little bit of tree. Flick time for Michael Barry, going left to right. Vokes' second shot.
There's the key there, keeping it low.
Greenwell, the approach. Barry from the wall over there. Snapper snapping into a birdie.
Here's Dave Greenwell. Great to see him playing without that knee brace. Looks good, but lands behind that tree. That's going to be a tough shot. It gives Rick an opening here, and he takes advantage of it. He leaves himself a nice putt. And that's a great low shot from Snapper Pearson. This is a really big shot for Dave if he's going to make his move. He tries the turbo putt and just misses. He got a bad bounce off a root there. Time for the comebacker. Ooh, hits the rim and is still rolling. But no problem for Dave. He buries that shot like he's done many, many times before. And here's Snapper Pearson burying a 30-footer to keep a firm hold on second place. And here's Rick Vokes. Oh, using all the shots in his bag. There's the jump putt.
Vokes taps out for par. And he is the men's Grandmaster champion for the second year in a row.
Discrap.
Get airborne!
"12 women arrived at Riverview on a rainy Saturday morning. Only 4 would make it to the finals, and this morning was wet and wild, John.
I'll tell you what, Adam, the only challenge was not just the course, it was Mother Nature itself.
And you can just see from our footage how rainy and wet it was. You see Des Redding with her drive, and here's Valerie.
It's tough to grip a disc in these kind of conditions, but boy, they're really showing they can play some golf in adversity.
Now here's Chick Fry. Elaine King, John, she was battling injury, and I'm sure the wet weather didn't make it any better.
Yeah, you really overcompensate for the grip. You can see she held onto the disc a little too long there.
King ended up shooting a 64, so she did not make the final card. And Valerie Jenkins can still grip it and putt it. But Des Redding maintaining her lead, shooting a 57. The best scores in the morning were put up by Courtney Peavy, a 55, and Carrie Berlager, also a 55.
And here they are both shooting great tee shots, trying to battle back to get on the lead card for the finals on Saturday afternoon.
And here's Brigitte Lagerholm. She shot a 61, but that was a nice shot there.
You know, Brigitte had a tough tournament, but she really came on well at the end, but was it going to be enough?
A lot of towels, a lot of rosin bags. Sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. Well, Carrie Berlager there with the hammer toss. She was able to get on the final card, as was Courtney Peavy. Both of them shooting 55, both of them knowing they're going to make around $1,000.
Well, this is their chance really to get onto the lead card. They really have to go for it. You can see a beautiful shot like that from Courtney. What a play.
And Berlager.
tough luck there from Juliana. You know, one of the things about these rounds, Adam, is that not only is it a tough round competitively, but emotionally and physically, it really takes everything they have to hang in there.
Everything's soaking wet. Do you lose your focus?
It's tough to say. It's funny. I find that when I'm under the umbrella in conditions like this, I almost focus more. Nothing's natural in the rain when you're playing disc golf.
And speaking of natural, Des Redding hitting her putts. A round of 57, staying in the lead, start to finish.
Let's see here. Burrell and Courtney both shot 1 over 55, and Brigitte and I were in the 60s, 62 and 61. Potentially Burrell or Courtney could move up to the first card if somebody there had a shaky round.
Coming up shortly, we have the Men's Masters Finals, where defending champion Dean Tannick's in the lead, but only 3 strokes separate the top 4 finalists, so it's anybody's world championship.
After all those years winning, what do you do to keep yourself motivated for another year?
I don't know if it's motivation or just sheer will to play the game good. I love to play the courses in as least strokes as possible. That's my goal. I love it. I love the sport.
Here we are at Riverview on the South Carolina side for the semifinals. We've gone from a total of 126 players in the men's open pool down to 60 for the semifinals, and only 4 will advance to the finals this afternoon. One of the guys on the lead card right now, John E. McCray Jr., missed his group's first 2 holes this morning, giving him a par +4 score for each of those holes. 8 over for the round already and falling fast on the leaderboard. And the rain actually helping McCray because there was a 90-minute delay. And so we resume. Climo 4 strokes back to start the round, and the lead, of course, belongs to Nate Doss.
Well, this is familiar territory for Nate because he was in the lead going into the finals in last year's World Championships. We'll see if he can repeat last year's great performance.
Avery Jenkins, another one in the hunt on the lead card, down 5 to start the day. And of course, John McCray, all those strokes that he lost from showing up late, but he really just rebounded tremendously.
He got on the course, did not miss a beat. He was making shots left and right. It was one of the most incredible 16 holes of golf I've ever seen.
Well, McCray making up for lost time. The only guy hotter in this round was Ken Climo. Started to smell that lead.
I think this is the hole when things really turned around for Kenny. He started getting into a rhythm, and he just really took advantage of it.
Avery Jenkins also getting into the hunt, tying for the lead at one point with Nate Doss. And McCray continued to be magical despite showing up late, but the other golfers knew that he had shown up late, and the guy taking the biggest advantage of it was Mike Mosier.
You know, Mike just let it flow. It's tough from the second card to really know what that lead group's doing, but Mike put together the last 4 days some of the best disc golf we've ever seen in the World Championships.
Didn't make that one there, but did put in a magnificent round on a rainy morning at Riverview, and then he gets out into the open fields and puts that one near birdie position.
Mike is such a strong player. He has minimal movement, but boy, his forearms are so big. He's a big bear out there.
Meanwhile, another veteran, Barry Schultz. The rain not bothering him in the morning, landing that one close. He was also nailing others.
You know, Barry had a tough go because he started out so well. He was in such great rhythm in the morning, but that break might have affected his putting game just a little bit.
It really wasn't any one thing that got to me. It was just a combination of the heat and just not quite on my game. So it's the way we went for me.
Schultz shooting a 48, Mosier a 46. As we go further down, you got Walt Haney with a 52.
Walter's trying to regroup here after some tough rounds on Thursday and Friday. And boy, he's making some shots, isn't he, Adam?
Yeah, and Matt Oram is also punching one in there. Haney again from a distance, almost gets that one to go. Oram also shooting a 52 like Haney. That was a beautiful putt.
Sure was.
Mosier smelling what's in front of him and twisting that Anheuser toward the basket to get himself near the lead card.
Yeah, the players are wondering, how's that second group doing, because they know that elusive fourth spot is going to be tough.
Feels absolutely great. Just the last few days have been a complete battle back. I shot very poorly the first day, and I was tied for around 40th somewhere, and I battled back each round, and here I am.
But the trouble was for Nate Doss. Really began to miss his putts, and that one didn't help at all.
I think Nate might have been feeling the heat a little bit because he knew Kenny was putting together a fantastic round, but his putting game went away from him a little bit, and he paid a price for it.
And here is Kenny completing a magnificent Anheuser in the rain to within just mere feet of the basket, shooting a 46 on the round. And here's McCray, who shot a 54, but if you take away some of those penalty strokes, you could argue that he too would have shot a 46 on this round.
The score was impressive, but just the mental capacity to bring his game back to the World Championship level, fantastic. And there's that turbo putt he's known for. What a shot.
McCray twisting another beauty within 3-4 feet of the hole. He knew he wasn't going to be on the lead card perhaps, but he also knew that those shots were going to mean dollars.
It was a paycheck for him, and he really tried to make up for it, that mental lapse in the morning.
Oh, a little disappointed. Showing up late, taking a couple sevens really hurts. I mean, especially when they're two holes that I can definitely birdie with a putter, and throwing a putter off the tee, and it's like giving away 10 strokes. Hurts real bad. And when I found out, you know, there's nothing I could do. I sat and waited like everybody else. You know, it was too late to do anything about it, and I just wanted to go out there and play as best as I could. And wasn't good enough to stay in the top four, make the final four, but it was a valiant effort, I guess.
And as we wrap up on hole 18 in the rain, it's Climo, knowing he'll be on the lead card with Nate Doss and Avery Jenkins, as well as Mike Mosier. Kenny parking it.
Yeah, Mike really fought hard to get in from that second card, and it's a shame that Johnny came to the course late because he really paid the price for it.
And how about Doss hitting the bottom of the basket on the drive? Doss in third, down 4 after the morning round, and McCray ending what was a magnificently played round with a beautiful putt there.
That was his last shot of the World Championships, and he really made it count.
16 holes of great golf, the 2 holes that he missed, costing him a spot on the final card.
Nice. The 25th anniversary of the PDGA World Championships, like any major sporting event, is a significant milestone and achievement. Our sport has grown between 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years, which is its 3rd decade. If we maintain that level of growth in 25 years, this game will be being played by millions of Americans. We will be on national television every week. We have companies such as Bite Shoes making a shoe specifically for disc golf now. We have Microtel Inns and Suites sponsoring our best players. We have just, I think, become the critical mass necessary to attract increased mainstream media coverage, and these are all indicators that we have reached a certain stage in our growth. I think this event is going extremely well. Logistically, it has been easier than some worlds for us. The courses are also in close proximity to one another, which also makes the event run smoother. And it all adds up to what we think is going to be a spectacular finish to this event on Saturday.
Now let's look at the not so awesome shots of the week. Dean Tannock with a 2-stroke lead as he tries to repeat as world champ.
Adam, we're here at the scenic Lake Olmsted for our final 9 holes of the championship. We're playing the first 4 holes and the last 5. It's a par 29, and that puts a lot of pressure on every shot.
Now Brad Hammock almost gets in trouble with the trees, John.
I'll tell you, he's diminutive in size, but boy, he makes a big noise around the disc golf course.
Joe Thacker may be on a billboard someday, but this isn't how he envisioned it.
I'm just surprised they haven't adjusted to the headwind on this hole, Adam.
And now Joel Kelly gets into trouble with the headwind. Luckily avoids the road, catches the tree, and he's looking at some long shots. His second shot, a bit past, no gimme for par. Now here's Hammock to get within 1 shot of Tannock. And he nails it. It'll be up to Tannock to connect for his birdie.
Brad's on the march here.
Kelly trying to close out the 3, off the rim.
Looks like Joel's playing a little bit tense.
Tannock nails the birdie, still up by 2.
Oh, that's a big putt.
Hole 2 is where we saw momentum change, starting with the leader Tannock. Goes high, goes for the hyzer, turns it over, ends up OB on the road.
Boy, we've seen that more than a few times on this hole.
And now Hammock, trailing by 2 strokes, but with a wide open window, plays it safe, lays it up. Watch out for the spectator.
And that's a beautiful shot by Brad on this short par 4. And that puts a lot of pressure on Joe Thacker to just keep pace with the group.
Joel Kelly, however, gets aggressive, knows he has a lot of ground to make up. Gives it a little anhyzer on the route, over the road. Skids onto the wood chips in position for a potential birdie. Hammock, laying up on his second shot, gets it plenty to the right and parks it. Thacker with the same idea, but almost ends up on the road, John.
I'm sure that's just what he planned, Adam.
So after going on the road, here is Tannock's 3rd shot. Almost connects and misses by a few feet. Now here's Kelly, and he hits the long deuce.
And Adam, Joel gets a great advantage by burying that eagle from at least 55 feet.
The momentum swing not over for Tannock. This is for the 4. Goes through. He'll take a 5. Now to hole 3. Kelly coming off the long deuce, trying to put himself in shape for another birdie.
He's in a rhythm now.
And here's Hammock with his back to the problem. Nope. Gives it a look. Chucks it long and low. Hits a tree. Could deny him the birdie chance. Now Thacker gives it a little hyzer action.
Come on, baby, go.
And he'll be just left of the pin. Now here's Tannock. Uh-oh. Hits the first tree in front of him and skids toward the lake.
I think he might be feeling the pressure, Adam.
Tannock from down by the water, and he is off to the left.
He's got about 100 feet left for his birdie.
Now here's Hammock for a long birdie to give him sole possession of first. And he connects with the rim, takes a 3. Now Tannock from a way off for the 3, and he hits the rim.
He's just not feeling in a rhythm right now.
Thacker off the rim and right back at you. So it's Thacker again. rim again. At least this time it stays put. He'll get a 4. Tannick finishes up his 4. And let's take a break with the Masters men because Des Redding is on the tee box as the Women's Open division begins its final round. And Redding coming in with a 9-stroke lead so she can get away with turning her drive over.
Keeps it low and safe there, Adam.
Here's Carrie Berlager going for birdie now that Redding is going to be parring, and she likes it. Got caught in the trees a little bit. Now here's Chick Fry. Almost has to pull out proof of car insurance, John, but she's safe.
Angela's had a great World Championships, but not on that shot.
Peavy's drive. And she's going to get a little bit of tree.
That's a great follow through.
Chick Fry trying to get herself into par position.
Good wrist snap by Angela on that throw, and it ends up being a great result.
And Des smoothly doing the same. And here's Peavy. She'll get par as well. Berlager going for birdie and not getting it. Chick Fry the only one with a long par putt.
Just like in ball golf, putting is the name of the game, and Angela showed us why right there.
Now to hole 2, here's Des. Her drive is heading toward the driveway. That's out of bounds.
A little too strong on that throw by Des.
Berlager already gained 1 stroke, maybe going for more, but she hooks her drive out onto the street. That's going to cost her a stroke.
Boy, there's a lot of adrenaline on the course, Adam, and it's really shown on these drives. Let's see how Courtney does on this hole. Easy motion, but that's going to roll back into the middle of the fairway.
John, Peavy and Chick Fry, they saw what happened, and they play it safe.
That's one of the advantages of coming out of the box behind the other players. You get to see what the wind is playing and how to throw it. Here's Courtney with her second shot. Great follow through by Angela. Let's see how it finishes up. She's got a good putt left here.
Now here's Berlager's third shot. She's got a fence right in front of her, some trees to deal with. She's going to throw it overhand, get tied up a little bit. She lands safely, but no one is gaining a stroke here on hole 2 on Des Redding. Here is your leader to tee on hole 3, and John, luckily for her, she's got a big lead because she hooks this drive.
She hooks a little bit, and I tell you, she used a little bit of an understable disc on that, Adam, so it went to the right on her.
I'll see if anyone can take advantage. Here is Peavy, and she is going to let it rip.
Beauty.
Great distance. Catches some leaves. She'll be a little short. Now here's Chick Fry. She's going to go nice and low. However, bark.
Tough break for Angela.
And here's Berlager. She comes up with the best drive on the hole. Must be the Carrot Sox. Now, Des is thinking par here, John, but she gets a bad roll.
It's a bad roll, but you could still make that putt, Adam.
Chick Fry for birdie. A little short.
Here's Carrie for her birdie attempt.
Berlager, though, logs a birdie. Long one. And so does Peavy. Now here's Redding for par. She's going to lose a stroke, but still has a huge lead. All right, John, we're going to go to hole 6, back to the men's masters, Brad Hammock to tee.
Well, it's quite a story shaping up here between Brad Hammock and Dean Tannock.
And John, he lets loose a beauty.
Oh, that's curving right into the basket, Adam. What a great shot. He is definitely in a rhythm right now.
And now here's Thacker doing the same hyzer route, but he's going to end up a bit to the right.
Still not a bad shot. I'd take that one. He's not happy, though. And Dean lets loose with a boomer. Here it comes. Great shot. Joe, nice easy throw. Seems like he's just laying up there. And here's Joe Kelly from Texas. He has that jump putt down, just not on that shot. Thacker putting out. It's a real dramatic story shaping up here in the Masters division. Brad has really gained a lot of momentum.
All right, John, Hammock in the lead. Now let's rejoin the women.
And here's championship hole 6. It's a 300-foot par 3 with Carrie Berlager to tee.
Berlager, despite her arm strength, is going to stay along the land rather than put it out over the water.
That water is intimidating, Adam, so they want to stay away from that.
And Chick Fry thinking the same thing, keeping it away from the agua. And now here's Des. Nothing to lose. Putting it out over the water. Big hyzer.
She's strong enough to try to throw it over the water.
And she is just in bounds.
The women tend to play this hole a little bit safer, and I think a little bit smarter than the men might play it.
Here's Peavy's drive. And she's going to follow the rest into the wall, but safe from the water.
That's a good result for Courtney.
Berlager's second shot. And she is parked for par. Chick Fry comes close on shot number 2. She'll take a 3. And here's Des from the pudding.
She's just playing it safe here, trying to finish out this final 9.
And Peavy's second shot. And she connects. Beautiful birdie there by Peavy.
Courtney is really one of the best putters on the women's circuit.
So Peavy holding on to the tee box, her drive on championship hole 7, and she skims up near the road, but rolls on down toward the basket and away. It'll be a long birdie look.
It's a tough hole with this slant going right towards the lake, I'll tell you.
And now here's Berlager. It's coming back nicely. Rolling right to the basket. Come on, stop. Uh-oh, John.
You can tell the fly plate of that disc just weighted it right down towards the pond.
Here's Chick Fry's drive. Big skip. But stays out of trouble.
She's going to have a tough putt to make for her deuce, but she's capable of making it.
And not often that we see Des teeing off last. Let's see what she does on her drive. Coming back nicely. Ooh, a little past the basket. Des playing it safe. She'll take the par, And now let's go to Brad Hammock closing out the Men's Masters Championship.
I struggled quite a bit through the week, but the support I got from all my friends and family, and the big man upstairs, that's the only reason I won, as far as I can tell, and I can't thank them all enough. It's always a team effort in everything you do, and I thank my team for helping me through.
Now back to the women. On 16, here is Peavy's second shot, and she keeps it upslope. Now Berlager, shooting uphill. Gets the rim. Tough downhill shot here for Chick Fry.
That's an intimidating backdrop with that lake right behind her.
Peavy closes out par, as does Reddick. Now on championship hole 8, Peavy still in the tee box, Redding still with a big lead, Peavy staying dry. Berlager letting it rip.
Adam, this is a treacherous 550-foot par 4 with a lot of water on the right, a severe slope right down to the water, and it's really showing you how great these women players are. What a lot of talent they have, and especially combining with Des, the multi-world champion, and these up-and-comers, the female open division is going to be in good shape for many years to come. And here's Des with the big drive.
And Redding keeps it a little lower than the rest of them, all of them dry. Berlager's second shot. Smooth hyzer, skips up and off the green, but she's safe. Chick Fry from the patties. Into more patties.
Our spotters did a great job on this hole.
Peavy slanting a hyzer, and it is on the green, rolling right toward the basket.
She was really aggressive on that throw, and it paid off for her, Adam.
And here's Redding. Best shot of them all, right on the green.
Just a day in the park for Des. What a great throw from our champion.
Chick Fry's third shot. Berlager, another rim.
That's a tough miss by Burl. She's really leaving the door open for Courtney here. And Des finishes with a birdie, with Angela taking the 4.
And now the final hole as Redding tries to close out the championship in style. She's safe on the drive.
As the raindrops fall at him, the reigning champ is just taking over here.
Here's Peavy's drive. A little high. And a little left.
Courtney can make that putt, though, with her great putting style. Put the pressure on Burrow right there.
Berlager's drive, hooking it off to the right.
Good side, good side. Thank you, man, with the umbrella.
And Chick Fry. Coming at the gallery, look out. And they say she's safe. Chick Fry from near the stairs. Lays it up, she'll take a 3. Berlager going with that flick again. And she's right by the basket. Redding from a distance away, just trying to keep it safe. Stays nearby.
That's a smart play by Des, and let's see if Courtney can bury this putt.
And Peavy from downhill, nice birdie to close out the round.
Tied for second this year, tied for third last year. We'll see how she finishes up in 2007.
Chick Fry hits her putt for par.
She got a nice roll off the rim of the basket on that one, Adam. And Carey putting out here before our champion.
And Des Redding putting a cap on a championship with a nice par putt.
The Redding era has begun in women's disc golf.
I think because I had so many strokes to last year's World, I was greedy. I really wanted all these strokes, because I got 2 and then I got 5, but then I gave 5 back and then I had 10, and every time I would give some back, I got kind of anxious actually because I wanted more, because I loved that 15, 18 stroke lead that I had in Allentown. So I was a little greedy, and I don't think I needed to be so greedy.
Well, going into the final 9, I was 2 out of second, and Angela and Burl were both tied for second. And I made up those 2 strokes on the last hole, tied with Burl, birdied out, and that was all the difference for second place.
And now we go back to hole 1 as the men's open division begins its championship round. Climo in the lead by 3 over Avery Jenkins after this morning's round, and he lets go his first drive of the afternoon. And he is in birdie position. Now here's Jenkins, trailing by 3. Maybe the adrenaline getting to him, John, as he hooks it out onto the road.
I'm just really surprised the players haven't adjusted to that, Adam.
Opens the door for Nate Doss to make a move on second place, trailing Jenkins by 1 stroke. This one is staying off the road and on the green. And so here's Mosier trying to work his way up the leaderboard. His hyzer gets a little tree love. Be a long birdie for him. Now here's Jenkins' third shot. He'll be taking a 4. Mosier from a distance. It'll be a par for Mosier. Climo to put Jenkins down by 5 strokes. And he connects.
And there's Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins right from Ohio.
Doss to stay within 4, and he does. So already some erasing to do on the leaderboard, but not for the guy on top. Ken Climo's drive on hole number 2, and he's in trouble here.
That's a rare mistake by Kenny during this World Championship.
Now Doss trying to catch up to Kenny. Here's his drive. And he is clean on the green.
Nate plays that hole beautifully.
Now here's Mosier. High and soft, playing it safe, staying on the near side of the driveway.
Mosier decides to lay up on hole 2.
Now it's Avery Jenkins' turn, already looking to make up ground in the round. Unleashes one, he's got the distance. Little lampshade, and he just stays off the driveway. Luck turning for Jenkins.
Avery's shown a lot of power on his drive.
Here's Mosier's second shot.
And just with a flick of the wrist, Mike's under the basket.
Here's Kenny's third shot. Doss going for a really long eagle. He'll take a birdie and catch up 1 stroke on Climo. Here's Jenkins' second shot. And Jenkins finishes off par. Now to hole 3. Das within 3 strokes of Climo. Sends one right down the pipe. Nice skip.
And Nate plays that 360-foot hole perfectly, leaving himself an easy birdie putt.
Now it's Moser's turn, trailing Climo by 7, but within 3 strokes of 3rd place. And he's in birdie position with this drive.
And Moser just continues to surge here in the finals.
Here's Jenkins' drive. Gets this one up way high, but also within birdie range.
This is uncharted territory for Avery, but he surely responds.
And now it's Climo's turn. Avoids some early trouble, but he's got a big putt to make for birdie. So Climo will putt first. He's about 50 feet away, has a 3-stroke lead, and he wants to maintain it, nailing the monster putt for birdie. Here's Jenkins.
If Avery's going to win the championship, he has to avoid shots just like that.
And here's Das's drive.
This 400-foot par 3 hole will give Nate a great chance to make up some ground here. And that's a tough break for Das.
Now here's Moser, down by 7.
Adam, this is one of the great comebacks in world's history. Moser, 36th after the first day, fights his way all the way back to the finals.
Moser, playing it safe, staying on the near side of the driveway. Climo, ready to go in the tee box.
For Kenny, this is familiar territory, being in the finals, fighting for his 12th world championship. And what a great shot that is.
Here's Jenkins' drive.
Avery seems to be feeling the heat a little bit. That's not where he wanted to be on that shot.
Here's Moser's approach. And he's within putting range. It'll be par for him. And now Das. Easy layup there. Jenkins from the ground and goes a bit past the basket. Should be able to make that for par. Valerie Jenkins smiling in the gallery, but Avery hitting the rim, losing another stroke. Jenkins now taking a 1-stroke lead for 3rd place. And now Climo with a chance to increase his lead. And the birdie puts Climo up by 4 with 5 holes to play. Now off to championship hole 5. Here's Climo. Going with the high hyzer. Sneaks it into the woods. Ooh, he hits a tree stump, but he's still got to look for birdie.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Adam.
And here's Nate Das. Following the same route, high hyzer. And he's a little closer.
You can see Das following just about the same route as Kenny.
Now it's Moser's turn. Looks like they're all going the same way here, John.
And this shows you how evenly matched the players are, Adam. They all land about 15 feet away from each other.
And let's see if our distance champ can get one closer than the rest. Well, he ends up in about the same spot.
And since they all essentially had the same tee shot, Adam, it's going to be whoever makes the mistake that's going to pay the penalty here.
Jenkins' chance at birdie.
Avery continues to have tough luck with this putting.
Here's Mosier for birdie. And Mosier making a big run. You know he hits a big shot when he jogs to the basket. Das lining up his putt, lets it fly. Doesn't connect with anything, but it'll be a 3. And here's Kenny. And he sinks another birdie. Climo gaining another stroke on Das. Tee shot for our leader, Climo. And John, he lets loose a beauty.
He's really hitting a rhythm right now, Adam.
And so here's Mosier.
With these top pros, Adam, the water really does not come into play. Well, maybe the water from the sky a little bit, but not that big lake on the right side. Throwing right over it. Nate Das trying desperately to catch up to Kenny. That's a beautiful throw by Nate. Nate leaves himself just about 15 feet for a birdie. And here's the biggest arm of the bunch, Avery Jenkins. Oh, that just seems to stall just a little bit. Not as far as the others. But he still has a great chance to make a birdie on this hole. Here's a birdie attempt for Mike Moser, but he seems to rush his putt there. Oh, and he really leaves the door open for Avery. And here's Avery with a great opportunity for birdie from 40 feet out. Oh, and he smashes the middle of the chains. Great shot by Avery.
Here's Das's shot at birdie, and he rims out. Clearly frustrated, just like we saw this morning in the rain. And now Climo can pretty much stamp his championship with a birdie putt. And Ken Climo sends another one in for birdie.
Yeah, he's not going to miss that putt today, Adam. He senses his 12th championship is within reach.
Mosier finishing off par. And quiet, please, as Das finishes his. Championship hole 7. Here is Climo. A short hole, keeps it low, good skip, rolling right to the base of the basket. One shot better than the next for the champ.
What a great tee shot from Kennedy. He's not going to let that door open even a little bit. He's on his way to his 12th right here.
Now it's Jenkins' turn. And he's running into trouble. Mosier trying to solidify a shot at third place. Following Climo's lead, a skip, a roll, a little past the basket, but within putting range.
That's a great drive by Moser. He leaves himself a great chance for a 2 here.
And now it's Das. Keeps it low like Mosier and Climo. Gets the skip, bit of a roll, almost going down the hill. It'll be an uphill putt for 2.
Well, it's great to see Nate smiling. There was a lot of tension in the early holes here, but he knows Kenny is well on his way to his 12th. Nate wants to finish strong for a second place finish.
Here's Jenkins' second shot.
Just 3 pumps and a putt from Mike. That's his classic putting style there.
Now Das, uphill putt, and he connects from 15 feet downhill.
Nate's not going to miss that one. Those are the kind of putts we all like, Adam. Just little 3-foot drop-ins.
And Jenkins, after the bad drive, finishes off par.
And Kenny is just really riding this pony home on his way to his 12th World Championship. He's made very few mistakes on this course.
Going into hole 17, Ken Climo's lead seemingly insurmountable. Nate Dawson second, with Avery Jenkins and Mike Mosier tied for third.
I tried.
Here's Climo's drive. Now here's Mosier. Not just happy to be on the final card anymore, he's in a tight battle for third. And here's Big Nate Doss's drive. Way off to the right, out over the water, and out of bounds.
Give it to him.
How can you tell from there?
And here's Jenkins with a big rip, but off to the left side, catches the hill, a little piece of umbrella, but he is on dry land, and that's all that matters. He'll have to make up the distance on his second shot. Here's Climo from a mud patch. Second shot, playing it safe, staying dry and staying in bounds. Now here's Jenkins. A little bit of a height advantage from up there. Heiser, little roll, and he is right at the basket for a big three, putting the pressure on Mike Mosier. But first, here's Doss's third shot. Doss rips home the putt. Mosier has to take a 4. It'll put him one stroke behind Avery Jenkins, who will tap in here for par. Climo will take a 4, but for him, this tournament is won, and going into the final hole, let's just stop and enjoy the camaraderie between the players and all the fans.
It's worth it today.
Look at that great smile from Kenny. It's been 4 years since his last World Championship, Adam, and he's really thrilled to win down here in Augusta.
So the only thing to be decided, who wins third place? Jenkins has a one-stroke lead. Going with the flick, and the biggest thing is stay uphill, and he does.
Nothing fancy from Kenny. He's just trying to play safe here.
So here's Mosier, looking to put himself in birdie range and force a tie with Jenkins for third place. And his drive is a beauty, putting pressure on Jenkins' his second shot.
That's a great way to finish for Mike. Perennial top 10 finisher.
Here's Doss looking to lock up second place. And he is just shy of perfection. Nothing fancy at this point for Climo. He lays up. Now Jenkins. The long birdie putt, and that locks up third place for Jenkins.
What a great finish for Avery. He should be really proud. Third in the World Championships.
Das caps a round of 24 with a birdie. He'll take home $3,600. Mosier drops in to complete his round of 24 to finish in fourth. And now Kenny's turn to make number 12 official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006 and now the 12-time world champion, Kenny Climo! Yeah, boy! Yeah! I guess that 4-1-3 last year. Stayed 11-4. 11 times half
It was over. Wow. I really want to say thanks to everybody that had a part to do with this tournament. Awesome courses, awesome everything. A little rain on the last day. Oh well, we had to weather it, but excellent, guys. Really appreciate it. Closest to my house Worlds ever, and most frequent courses played ever for Worlds. I was happy to see it be here in Augusta.
I knew it was going to take a lot to catch him. 3 strokes, especially in 1-9 holes. The weather got really bad, and maybe I had a chance, but the champ's a champ, and he's going to be coming with all he's got. So I played with what I could, and I think I played a decent final 9. Could have done better, but I had a great time.
It was boring. Yeah, it's not too exciting. He was so far ahead that, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, it was great. It was good to share the moment with Kenny, and I'm proud of him for doing it again. He's a great champion, and I'm glad I've been able to spend a lot of time playing with him.
You know, all the nerves and everything went out the window, because it was so rough and everything. But yeah, Kenny did a great job, and he knew he was going to win, and he played like it.
Well, in the final, it was, I don't think it was more so just execution in the final rather than experience. I mean, Avery had a little trouble here and there because it was his first time in the final 9, but mine was just execution. I executed the shots I needed to, and I really focused on those couple of long putts. I said, just put these in, you can do this, you've done these before. And that was it, just confidence.
And John, this is the World Championships. We had players of all ages coming here and leaving with trophies.
We did, Adam. We crowned champions in all the age divisions. Let's take a look at them now.
This event would not be possible without our sponsors. Presenting sponsors, Innova Champion Discs and the Augusta Chronicle. Our core sponsors, Innova, Discraft, DGA, and the PDGA. We'd also like to thank the Greater Augusta Sports Council, who lent us a lot of assistance in hosting the event. This year, we are very proud and excited that Ken Climo came to Augusta to claim his 12th World Championships.
This means a lot more to me than I think any of the ones in the previous past, because I was really hungry. It's been a while since I won one, and I wanted to show that I still had my stuff. I'd like to thank the PDGA. I don't think enough credit goes out to these guys for what they do for us. Thanks, PDGA. And I'd also like to thank Intimate Champion Disc, best golf disc on the market.
Thank you so much for coming, one and all. We will see you next year in Highbridge Hills.
And that puts a wrap on the 25th anniversary of the PDGA Disc Golf World Championships. For Dr. John Dusler, I'm Adam Zucker. We'll see you next year in Wisconsin.